Top 10 Tax Cheating Legends. Hey everybody, it's Fab from the Campanella Group, and today I'm counting down the top 10 tax cheating legends. Look, we all hate paying taxes, but these guys just took cheating, lying, and scamming to the next level. And stick around to the end, because number 10 is my absolute favorite. So let's not waste any time. Tax cheat number 1 of 10, Lionel Messi. Football superstar and living legend Lionel Messi is one of the most talented and creative players to have ever played the beautiful game. Unfortunately for him though, he got a bit too creative with his tax planning. Messi and his father were found guilty of defrauding Spain of 4.1 million euros by using tax havens in Belize and Uruguay to hide his earnings. Originally, he was sentenced to 21 months in prison, but Messi's sentence was converted to a 250,000 euro fine along with a voluntary 5 million euro corrective payment. Tax cheat number 2 of 10, Shakira. Her hips don't lie, but apparently her accountants do. International superstar Shakira got into some hot water with the Spanish tax authorities back in 2018. Shakira faced allegations of 14.5 million euros in tax fraud between 2012 and 2014. Prosecutors claim she was living in Spain but listed her official residence elsewhere. To avoid an 8-year prison sentence and a 23.8 million euro fine, she reached a deal and paid only 7.5 million. To this day, Shakira maintains her innocence, but settled to focus on her kids and career. Tax cheat number 3 of 10, Nicolas Cage. Award-winning Hollywood actor Nicolas Cage, known for his roles in National Treasure and Face Off, has had a roller coaster career and a lifestyle to match. Cage found himself in hot water with the IRS for failing to pay over $6 million in taxes between 2002 and 2004. Naturally, he blamed his financial manager, claiming that he was led astray. To settle his debt, Cage had to sell off some of his assets, including mansions, a private island, and even a dinosaur skull. Who has a dinosaur skull? Tax cheat number 4 of 10, Willie Nelson. Country music legend Willie Nelson is next on our list. Known for hits like Red-Headed Stranger and Stardust, Nelson is a true American icon. In the 1990s, the IRS served Nelson with a staggering $32 million tax bill, one of the largest ever presented to an individual. To pay it off, he released the album The IRS Tapes, Who'll Buy My Memories. Nelson claimed that his accountants, PricewaterhouseCoopers, had put his money into illegitimate tax shelters, leading to the debt. He ended up settling with the IRS in 1993. Tax cheat number 5 of 10, Wesley Snipes. Known for his roles in White Men Can't Jump and the Blade trilogy, he was super popular in the 90s. However, when he wasn't slaying vampires, he was giving the slip to the IRS. From 1999 to 2006, Snipes failed to file tax returns, with prosecutors claiming he didn't report $38 million in income. Snipes argued that he was a non-resident alien and that the US had no authority to tax him, despite being born in Florida. The courts disagreed, and in 2008, he was convicted and sentenced to 3 years in prison, serving from 2010 to 2013. That sucks. Tax cheat number 6 of 10, Mike the Situation Sorrentino. Look, I've never watched an episode of Jersey Shore, but as I understand it, the entire cast is an absolute train wreck. And Mike the Situation Sorrentino is no exception. Mike rocketed to fame on MTV's Jersey Shore, but in 2018 he pleaded guilty to tax evasion for filing falsified tax returns on nearly $9 million in income. He was sentenced to 8 months in federal prison, 2 years of supervised release, 500 hours of community service, and fined 10 grand. He also paid $123,000 in restitution. Tax cheat number 7 of 10, Pete Rose. If you're a baseball fan, then you'll know the infamous Pete Rose. This scumbag is best known for being banned from baseball for gambling on the sport, but his troubles didn't end there. The IRS couldn't have cared less whether Pete Rose bet on baseball or not, it just wanted him to pay his damn bills. Rose failed to properly report income from autograph and memorabilia sales and gambling wins, this time with horses. Despite pleading guilty to federal tax evasion charges in 1990 and spending 5 months in prison, his troubles didn't stop. In 2004, he was hit with a nearly $1 million lien for unpaid back taxes. Listen, the guy may have batted 300 in the majors, but when it came to the IRS, he struck out every time. Tax cheat number 8 of 10, Silvio Berlusconi, the billionaire former prime minister of Italy. This piece of was in and out of the Italian court system like he was punching a time clock. During his reign of terror, he'd been accused and convicted of paying for with an underage prostitute, breaching confidentiality, bribery, and of course, tax fraud. Berlusconi was found guilty in October of 2012 of tax fraud in connection with the purchase of TV rights by his firm Mediaset in the 1990s. He was sentenced to 4 years in prison. He ended up doing community service instead because the Italian legal system was lenient on criminals over the age of 70. What a class act. Tax cheat number 9 of 10, Al Capone. Come on, you didn't think I'd leave Al Capone off this list, did you? Back in the 20s, Al Capone ruled an empire of crime in the Windy City. Gambling, prostitution, bootlegging, bribery, narcotics trafficking, robbery, racketeering, and murder. You name it, he did it. But the authorities couldn't really get anything to stick. That is, until 1931, when he was convicted of tax fraud and did time in the notorious top security prison Alcatraz. Even the king of crime couldn't escape the taxman's reach. Tax cheat number 10 of 10. Diego Maradona. And of course, I saved the legendary number 10 as the 10th installment in this series, the one and only Diego Maradona. This legendary badass was a menace on and off the soccer field. If he wasn't headbutting opposing players, shooting journalists with an air rifle, or doing bumps of on the pitch, he actually did that. He was scoring goals with his fist and making plays like it was nobody's business. But as funny as all this may seem, the Italian revenue authorities weren't laughing. You see, the ex-Napoli striker was accused of tax fraud totaling over $40 million, stemming from the use of proxy companies dating back to the 1980s. The court battle lasted 30 years, but eventually the hand of God led the courts to overturn the verdict in Maradona's estate's favor. And that's it. If you like this kind of content and you want to learn a thing or two about tax and personal finance, then smash that like button and subscribe to my channel. Apparently this does something for the algorithm, but what do I know? Anyways, I'll see you next time.